KCLB.
Hello, can I speak to Tyler, please?
Yes, this must be Monica. Thanks so much for calling in. We've been looking for a porn star all night. I tweeted at you with my fingers crossed, and you called back. On your Twitter, you said you were getting your hair done right now, though.
I'm still getting it done, actually.
Oh, that's all right. That's fine. I know you have your, your cosmetic duties to get to.
Well, this is the only time I could fit in a hair appointment before my wedding on Saturday.
You're getting married.
Yes, I am.
Wow.
That's why I moved back to Australia.
Oh, I see. Okay. Who's the guy?
He's actually a veterinarian, owns a few animal hospitals out here in Sydney. And we met in LA about 3 months ago, and he asked me to marry him, and I decided to move back to Sydney. Now,
I've always wondered this. With your profession, how does that work? I mean, is he totally cool with you having sex with other dudes all the time?
No, that's the thing. That's why I've retired from the industry now, because I always, wanted to find somebody that would accept me for doing that. But he's accepted my past, but it's not going to happen in the future. So I have actually officially retired from shooting adult films. Gotcha. And it was about time that I wrote and talked about it in my book. And
right, yeah. And the book we're talking about is Absolute Mayhem: Secret Confessions of a Porn Star, which has hit the shelves. I mean, you're a big deal in Australia, which I think a lot of Americans might not know. I mean, you've won all these awards. You've done over 400 adult movies, and I think this book, the tagline I really like. Do you really know what it's like to be a porn star? Brace yourself, because I'm not going to pull any punches. Here's what a busy day at the office might mean. For those who don't know, who aren't involved in the industry, what does a typical day, or what did it entail for you when you did this sort of thing?
What that was, it was kind of a joke, because it started off the book with a movie that I was shooting that day, which I had to shoot 3 different scenes in one day. And it just kind of basically went on to describe graphically how I shot all of those scenes. There was a boy-girl, a solo girl-girl, and it was like a 12-hour day.
So there were actually days where you would literally have sex for 12 hours?
Yeah, but you're not doing it the whole time,
Okay.
Like there's little breaks, but sometimes you're there shooting non-stop for a good 3 hours, just depending on how the director is, or, if there's problems with, say, lighting or the cameras or the guy, for example, which can happen.
Don't you think it's a little unfair that you have sex for so long? I mean, guys can't really do that.
Yeah, I think it's quite ridiculous sometimes, because the average time that they say, for a guy to get off watching porn is 8 minutes.
Right.
So some of the scenes are just so long, I don't know how anyone could sit there and watch it for that long. And I guess it does give guys an unrealistic expectation, because a lot of guys that I was with off camera were constantly comparing themselves. Oh, how do I, compare it to these porno guys, or blah, blah, blah. They really think that that's how you want to do it in real life. And you try to explain to them that, that all those positions, those crazy positions and everything we're just doing it for the camera. We're doing it to open up so you can see everything. And you wouldn't normally have sex like that in real life for the most part.
Right. I want to name some of the movies that you've been in. Of course, you've been in hundreds, but these are some of my favorite titles. Number 1, It's Okay, She's My Mother-in-Law 3. We've got
that's ridiculous.
We've got MILF and Cookies, and my personal favorite is Squirts Illustrated 3. Do you ever wish you had some input into the titles of these things?
Sports Illustrated. That was a good movie, actually.
You can't tell from the title, but I believe you. That's a good movie. We'll put your book on our website, Absolute Mayhem: Secret Confessions of a Porn Star. I want to ask you one more cliche question that I feel like I should ask every porn star. What's the weirdest place or weirdest thing you've done during sex? I'm sure you have something in mind.
God, that's a tough one. Probably sticking my foot up another girl's.
Did you have a shoe on?
No.
Barefoot. Well, that is definitely a weird thing. Not a lot of girls can claim to have done that. So congratulations to you.